Hey guys, Anime Kajin here. In today's video, we're going to talk about the top 10 mouth-watering cooking anime.
炙りゲソのピーナッツバター和え今回はまた一段とすごそうなさあお上がり笑えるほどまずいか
If you're an avid anime watcher, you have surely wanted to try some of their delicious animated food, even more so when you see the food prepared by the main characters themselves. From savory meals to pastry sweets, we can't help but let our mouths drool at their visuals. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos about anime. Even with just 3.69% of you guys subscribing to our channel would be a big help. So, without further ado, let's hop on to the video.
今度、亮が嬉しくなることを提案するから。だって私は亮の家族。
A person really shows true happiness when they are with someone they like or are doing something they like, and such a face of happiness is absurdly obvious, especially through the visuals of this anime, where the glaring difference in animation really shows to just tell how the characters really love eating their food. The greater accomplishment, of course, is knowing how to make one as well. That is also one of the great lessons from Ryo Michiko's great-grandmother when she made her believe that the path to becoming a great wife begins with being a great cook. Ryo's food is considerably great for middle schoolers, but somehow, even if her dish looks very inviting, the taste doesn't match up to the expectations. But with her cousin's arrival, she finds a vast improvement to her cooking, unlocking the secret that it might not really be her prowess, but the shared experience of cooking for those closest to her that make her food really shine.
いただきます。
何？陽一君、その分厚い肉は？
もちろんカツ丼用の肉さ。
本当？
まあ楽しみにしててよね。
Cooking is something that is staple to everyone's lives, that even kids know simple dishes at times. But if I was a kid helping out at a small-time restaurant at home and someone comparable to Gordon Ramsay or any god-tier chef visits, I would honestly lose my wits. Overcoming something like that is only possible for kids like Ajiyoshi Yoichi. Yoichi is a cooking prodigy who manages the eating house together with his mother. One day, a certain Murata Genjiro, a very renowned cook essential in the country's refinement of the culinary field, visits their place and was amazed by the impossible at first glance task of cooking katsudon with thick meat. Moved by the young boy's skill, he was invited to the Agio building, in which he is involved in a spaghetti match with an in-house Italian chef and defeats him. That victory marks the start of his journey to compete with other rivals in pursuit of great tastes locked in a plethora of dishes.
その条件とは、食の都甲州へ料理修行に行き、お前の母パイと同じく特級厨師の資格を取ることだ。
Shuka Ichiban features another kid making his own mark with cooking, but this time in a relatively older time setting in 19th century China, during an era where top chefs with different cooking styles tried their best to improve their skills and to become the best chef in China. It is an alternative timeline where cooking is given one of the highest regards, in that insulting a high-grade chef or fooling around with cooking could land you in jail, or when impersonating a top chef is equivalent to usurpation of authority. Chefs compete with each other in order to gain respect and even power, but also with the risks of losing everything. With the death of her mother, who was known as the Fairy of Cuisine, Mao takes it up to him to pursue the title of Master Chef in his mother's restaurant, being the youngest person to be granted the title of Super Chef in the process. But before he can even take his mother's place, he is pressed with the task to travel all around China to learn more of the seemingly endless ways of cooking in order to be a legendary chef, just like how his mother once was.
なんだあの輝きは。本当にチャーハンなのか。
世はグルメ時代。
Number 7 on this list, we enter the outrageous gourmet world of Toriko. In this anime, the planet is divided into the human world and the gourmet world after the 100-Year War. The world enters into the gourmet age, where people eagerly seek for the finest dishes, and adventurers called gourmet hunters explore the world for the most delicious ingredients. Toriko, a gourmet hunter with a big build and an equally big personality, is responsible for discovering 2% of these ingredients. With his incredible strength and unwavering determination, he searches for rare and diverse ingredients within the wild and unpredictable gourmet world to complete his full-course menu of life. His ambition inspires his friend Komatsu, a weak and timid, yet skillful chef who works at a 5-star hotel. They are in search of God. Yes, you heard that right. An ingredient that the gourmet hunter Acacia used to end the war 500 years prior to the present day. Together, they fight wild monsters, evil organizations, and even delicious dishes in this crazy food world.
向こうが威嚇してくんならこっちも威嚇してやるぜ。
何する気？
うまい！幸せだ！ほかほかの幸せが体の中を駆け巡る。おでんと熱燗なんて素晴らしいんだ。
What if you were just a foot soldier passing by until you came across this bar of sorts with all sorts of vibe and food foreign to you? Or what if you were operating a small-time resto bar in modern day, but all of a sudden you get foreign customers whose currency are old metal coins? In either case, it would be weird except for the fact that waitress Shinobu Senkei and chef Nobuyuki Yazawa are already used to this scenario. Isekai Izakaya follows the two as their store breaks the laws of space and time with the store opening in the middle of Etheria, a city in a parallel universe, despite the backdoor still connected to modern-day Japan. They spend every night serving customers from Etheria from various backgrounds as news about their restaurant slowly spreads. While the dishes always feels new for every customer, their reactions are nonetheless staple for the duo running their izakaya in another world.
これがとりあえず生に合わないわけがない。これは出会いだ。騎士物語の英雄と姫君が惹かれ合うように。 唐揚げととりあえず生はここで出会う運命だったのだ。
お父さん、首出ないよ。
ボタン外してから被らないと。
Being a single parent is difficult. Not only do you have to deal with the loss of your spouse, you also now have the sole responsibility of taking care of your child. In this next anime, we follow recently widowed Inuzuka Kohei navigate the life of a single father with his adorable daughter Tsumugi. After his wife's passing, Kohei has tried to the best of his abilities to provide his young daughter with her needs. However, due to his lack of skills and his busy job as a teacher, he tends to rely on microwavable and ready-made food to give to his daughter. When they go to visit the sakura trees, the father-daughter duo meets Kotori, a high school student, sitting under a tree and enjoying a nice meal alone. She gives them a card to their restaurant, which they later use one night. This encounter leads to the three forming a bond of cooking and eating delicious homemade food in Kotori's family restaurant. If you're looking to fill both your belly and your heart, then this is the anime for you. Not only will the characters be serving warm homemade food, but they will also be serving heartwarming family moments.
料理はご自分でされるんですか？
ええ、一度やってみたんですが、娘の今まで見たことのない表情を引き出してしまいました。
捕まえといた方がいいんじゃ。
This next anime is a little different from the rest on the list as it focuses less on the cooking aspect and more on preparing the raw ingredients that make high-quality dishes. When Hachikan Yugo enters Oizo Agricultural High School to escape the pressure of his parents, he expects that his diligence in studying would carry him to the top of the class. However, he quickly realizes that this is not the case. He is instead introduced to the world of smelly cows, scary horses, freshly beheaded chickens, and eggs straight out of the anus. Coming from a prep school in the city, Hachikan did not possess the same agricultural and farming knowledge that his peers had. Though his classmates struggled in basic level math, they possessed an extensive amount of knowledge about tending to livestock and agricultural science. As he goes through the school's curriculum, Hachikan learns more about the difficult yet rewarding day-to-day of agriculture and farming, while also realizing his own path without his parents' expectations. The process of obtaining the raw ingredients may not be pretty, but this series will show you that fresh ingredients from the farm will make for a mouth-watering meal.
焼きたてじゃ食ってくれ。
おお、新作か。
Japan is known for its wide variety of food, from umami dishes to delectable sweets. But if there's one thing it lacks, it's a reputable bread of its own. This series follows Azuma Kazuma in his journey to create bread made by and for Japan, or as the anime cleverly puts it, Japan, to rival those of other countries. Kazuma started baking as a young child, using his gift called solar hands. This granted him warm hands that enabled him to knead the bread dough better. After graduating middle school, he starts working at Pantasia, a renowned bread-making chain in Tokyo where he meets many talented and experienced bakers. He learns new techniques and competes in baking challenges with both foes and friends, creating innovative and out-of-this-world bread that could only exist in anime. Apart from baking, the series is also filled with many lovable and bizarre characters that make the series even more enjoyable to watch. It may not be able to fill your belly with the scrumptious breads that the characters bake, but it will surely be able to fill it with laughter.
なんだこの食感は。このふつふつと湧き上がる衝動は一体何なのだ。ああ。
じゃあスイーツ持ってるのになんで悲しそうなの？ママ、財布忘れて食べられないの。もうこの子ったら。
After talking about all these delicious meals, it's time for dessert. At number 2 on this list, we dive into the world of delicious pastries and charming pâtissiers. Amano Ichigo is a clumsy middle school student who has no outstanding qualities, unlike her younger sister. But what she does have is a talent for eating cake. Ever since she was a child, Ichigo's grandmother would let her eat cakes that she baked to cheer her up, which eventually inspired her to become a pâtissier just like her grandmother. Even after her grandmother's passing, Ichigo's passion for eating cakes continued on. One day, she wanders into a local sweets festa where she is greeted by cakes of different types and flavors. She meets Henri Lucas, a pâtissier who had baked a cake that tasted remarkably similar to her grandmother's. She discovers that her grandmother was actually a respected alumna of a pastry school in Paris called Sainte Marie Academy. Henri is amazed by her impeccable sense of taste and feeling for cakes and invites her to attend St. Marie's boarding school in Japan. Aspiring to possess her grandmother's ability to make people smile with her cakes, Ichigo starts her journey to becoming a pâtissier. This nostalgic series is sure to give you moments as sweet as the beautiful cakes that they serve.
お姉ちゃんが谷の上谷の上。
Shokugeki no Soma is what you get when your local neighborhood genius cook challenges a whole Gordon Jean family with a force-strip power when tasting phenomenal food. Standing atop the food industry of Japan are the Nakiri family, who is known for the Tutsuki Corporation, where the most prestigious Tutsuki Culinary Academy stems from. Among them is Arina Nakiri, who, despite still being a student, is known for having the god's tongue which tastes the flavor of food accurately. The anime follows Soma Yukihira, who wants to take over their restaurant until his father closed it, telling him to go to Tutsuki Academy where chefs of prominent backgrounds go to hone their skills, as opposed to Soma, whose background is often dismissed as that for commoners, and far from what gourmet delicious food is. The Academy's brutal curriculum and fiercely competitive students await him, and he must learn to navigate the treacherous environment if he wants to stand a chance at realizing his dreams of becoming a better chef and finally winning a cooking match against his father, or what one would call a Shokugeki in his school.
喜んでうちの店のとっておきを出してやるよ。お待ちよ、ナキリ試験官殿。
And that's all the anime we have for today. If you think we've missed any cooking anime from what we've shared, let us know in the comments sections down below. We might not be able to taste them in real life, but our eyes are fully satisfied with their visuals. If you want to see more anime content, make sure to subscribe and give this vid a thumbs up. Stay tuned and we'll see you guys soon.